Welcome, and this is Equations Part 1. Algebra. What is it? It comes from Arabic words like Middle English, Italian, and Spanish. It means restoring what is missing and equating like with like. Algebra is mathematics that uses symbols or letters representing unknown quantities and formulas and equations. Algebraic equations are solved by using mathematical operations on both sides of the equation to write a sequence of equivalent equations, resulting in finding the values of the variable or variables, which makes the equation true. This is a variable. X could stand for anything. X minus 1 is an algebraic expression. X minus 1 equals 0. That is an algebraic equation. And what do we have to do? We have to restore what is missing and equate like with like. Find what values of x would make this equation true. And just by guessing, you can say x would equal 1, because 1 minus 1 is 0. And you get a true statement at the end, so you are correct. Each of these are called terms. X is a term, minus 1 is a term. The sign goes with the term. And let's do another one. X plus 3 equals 19 minus 2x. Not so easy. Not so easy to guess what x would be now. So you have to manipulate the equation, by using mathematical operations to manipulate the equation, and what you do to one side you always have to do to the other. I usually take all the x's, terms with the variable x in it, and move them all to the left side. And here that could be done by adding 2x to each side. Put that here and put it on the other side so don't forget. And the rest of it stays the same. X plus 3 and 19 minus 2x. And then simplify, meaning put like with like terms with like terms. 2x plus x is 3x plus 3, still have that on this side, and 19 and 2x minus 2x is 0, so you're just left with 19 on the side. And then move all the other terms which do not contain an x over to the right side. And here that would mean adding a minus 3 to both sides. And to add a minus 3 to both sides, and everything else stays the same. 3x plus 3 equals 19 minus 3. And again, to simplify each side, like terms with like, and you'll have minus 3 plus 3 is 0, so you're left with a 3x on this side, and 19 minus 3 is 16. And last step would be to make the leading coefficient of the variable 1, which means divide by 3. So you have to divide by 3 on each side. And that would end up with a single x on this side and a 16 over 3. And this is what we say the answer is. We say x equals 16 over 3. And you have to check. So you have your original equation, x plus 3 equals 19 minus 2x, and we say x equals 16 over 3. So you just plug in the 16 over 3 where an x is. 16 over 3 plus 3 equals 19 minus 2 times 16 over 3. That's all, and then we just have all like terms and see what this turns out to be. I like to make whole numbers, so I'll multiply each term on each side by 3. That leaves us with 16 plus 9 equals 3 be 7, 57 minus 32. And that was 25 equals 25. And this is a true statement. 25 does equal 25, so x equals 16 over 3 is the answer to that equation. There is a solution set to that equation. X plus 3 equals 19 minus 2x. X equals 16 over 3. Equations can have 0, 1, or many solutions. No solution is the empty set. One solution is called a unique solution. Here's an equation we'll find that has no solution. X plus 7 equals x minus 5. Doing the usual routine, move all the x's to the left-hand side means you have to add a minus x to both sides to get rid of the x on the right side. You have minus x, and the rest of it stays the same. Plus x plus 7 equals x minus 5. And then simplify both sides, combining like terms of like, get x. You have minus x plus 7 just equals 7. X's cancel out. X minus x is 0, and you have a minus 5 on this side. And what you're left with is a statement that is false. 7 does not equal minus 5. Never has, never will. So the solution set to this is 0. It's the empty set. You have 0 solutions. It is the empty set. Sometimes no solution is not obvious, and you have to work through things to find the answer. Such as, we got 2 times x plus 7 equals 4 times 1/2 x minus 7. Again, first thing we do is distribute what's in the parentheses, get them out of the parentheses. So we have all terms on each side. And you'll have 2x plus 14 equals 2x minus 28. And then doing the usual routine, all the x's on the right, move them over to the left. And that means adding a minus 2x to each side. Minus 2x over here, and everything else stays the same. Plus 2x plus 14 equals 2x minus 28. And then just simplify. Simplify each side. And we'll get minus 2x plus 2x is 0. You're left with the 14 on the right. And minus 2x plus 2x is 0. And you have a minus 28 on this side. And you can see this is a false statement again. So there's no solution. 14 does not equal minus 28. But you couldn't tell from just looking at it. You had to go through the usual routine, and you come up with the empty set. The answer again is the empty set. Here are some examples of equations that have more than one solution. Let's take x squared plus 17 equals 25 plus 8. All the x's variables are on the left-hand side already, so we just have to simplify. And that means moving the 17 over to the right-hand side first. So we add a minus 17 to each side. And simplify. Everything else stays the same. X squared plus 17 equals 25 plus 8. So we have x squared left over on the left side. And 28 minus 17 is minus 9, which leaves us with 16 on the right side. Now take the square root of both sides. And that leaves you with x equals plus or minus 4. So here you have two solutions. We say the solution set is minus 4 and plus 4. And of course we have to check our work by using the original equation, but now we have two solutions to verify. So first of all, 4x equals minus 4. We had our original equation, x squared plus 17 equals 25 plus 8. And all we do is stick in the value minus 4 for x squared. So you have minus 4 squared plus 17 is going to equal, or should equal, 25 plus 8. And what is 25 plus 8? We got 33. Minus 4 squared is a positive 16 plus 17. And going all the way to the end, 33 does equal 33. So minus 4 is a solution. And you have to check for plus 4 as a solution. Original equation. And stick in a 4, positive 4 squared plus 17 equals 25 plus 8. 16 plus 17 equals 25 plus 8. And again, 33 does equal 33. Here's another equation that will have more than one answer. X squared plus 7x equals 5 times quantity x squared plus x. And first of all, we'll expand and distribute everything on each side just to get individual terms everywhere. And we'll have x squared plus 7x equals 5x squared plus 5x. And then move all x's to the left. And you can do that by adding a minus 5x to each side. And get rid of this one at the same time. Add a minus 5x squared to each side. And everything else stays the same. And we got rid of these on the right side, so it'll be 0. And combine like terms, the two x squares can go together. Minus 4x squared. And you'll have a plus 2x. Combining minus 5x plus 7x. 0, and then you can simplify. By factoring out an x. And factoring out an x gives us x times the quantity minus 4x plus 2 equals 0. And what does this say? X times the quantity minus 4x plus 2 has to equal 0. That'll happen in two ways. Either x equals 0 or minus 4x plus 2 equals 0. Or both factors would equal 0. You have one answer already. X equals 0 will be an answer. Put a 0 there, you get 0. And what would make this quantity equal 0? To solve for x, so you have minus 4x plus 2 equals 0. Add a minus 2 to each side. Left with minus 4x equals minus 2. Divide by a minus 4. Single x. Dividing by a minus 4, you'll get a positive number. We get 2/4. Simplify that, you have x equals 1/2. We say the answers are either 0 or 1/2. X equals 0 or 1/2. And check. It's obvious x equals 0 is true. What if we have x equals 1/2 in the original equation? X squared plus 7x equals 5 quantity x squared plus x. You can distribute out this side here. It'll be a little bit easier to check. Equals 5x squared plus 5x. And just substitute 1/2 for every x. So we have 1/2 squared plus 7 times 1/2 equals 5 times 1/2 squared plus 5 times 1/2. And do all the squares and multiplying that you can. You got 1/4 plus 7/2 equals 5 times 1/4 plus 5/2. And go through again. Let's get rid of this. 5 times 1/4 be 5/4 plus 5/2. Now I like to multiply through by 4 just to get whole numbers everywhere. The greatest factor is 4. And with 1 plus 14 equals 5 plus 10. 15 equals 15 is a true statement. So x equals 1/2 is a true solution, makes the equation true. So this equation, x squared plus 7x equals 5 quantity x squared plus x, has two solutions, 0 and 1/2. Here's another equation that we'll find has more than one solution. 2 times quantity x plus 7 equals 4 times the quantity 1/2 x plus 7 minus 14. First of all, we expand to get rid of the parentheses. Makes it a lot easier to work with. And we'll end up with 2x plus 14 equals 2x plus 28 minus 14. Then we do our usual routine. Put all terms that have the variable in it, x, off to the left side. And that means adding a minus 2x to both sides. Minus 2x and everything else stays the same. Plus 2x plus 14 equals 2x plus 28 minus 14. And then simplify, collecting like terms with like. Minus 2x plus 2x is 0. You'll have 14 on this side. Equals minus 2x plus 2x is 0. and you'll end up with 28 minus 14. And simplifying even more, you'll have 14 equals 14. The variables disappeared, but you're left with a true statement, 14 does equal 14. So you can say that the solution to this is all real numbers. Any real number you put in for the variable x will make this statement true.